Today we are reviewing Ghost of Yotei Legends, the multiplayer add-on to Ghost of Yotei. Is it a fun time, or is it as bad as Andy's coin flicking skills? Let's find out on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I'm your host Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, are my co-hosts, the worst coin flicker I know, Andy.
Well, technically,
True.
I can't remember how many times Jack
Okay,
won
let
now,
me
but
rephrase it. The second worst coin flicker that I know, Andy.
thank you. Thank you. Hello, guys. Happy to be back. And yeah, I'm not very good at that game. I can't remember what it's called on Ghost of Yotei,
Uh,
but
when I was
people know
making
what
this,
we
I
mean.
googled what it's called, and I was like, it doesn't sound as fun
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like a Japanese name. Um, and also joined by Mr. 10 out of 10, Stephen.
I mean, I love the fact that you are giving yourself a compliment for an insult. I love that. You know, you're the second worst player, not the worst, second worst. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Hello, guys. Yeah, it's lovely to be here. I'm trying to think. So you were talking about the in-game, the
Yes.
coin game that you have at the bar.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I'm assuming that means that you're good at it, Welch, and the other two are dreadful.
Yeah, so obviously in Legends, in the lobby area, you can play it against people in your party. And I am literally undefeated. There's Twitch evidence of
He
that.
hasn't lost the game yet. Yeah.
Actually, the first
I'm
few
happy
times
with
me
it.
and Andy played were not on stream, actually. But yeah, Andy and Jack have failed to beat me. Stephen, you can try. But
I mean, I was all right at it. Because there was a trophy in the
Yeah.
campaign.
Here he
where
goes.
you had to get it. Oh, wait, hang on. And I remember
Feel
the
free
first
to join
time.
the lobby.
I'm happily will do that. I'm not saying that I'm like the greatest, coin flipping player ever out there. I just remember the first time doing it and thinking this is a piece of piss. And then when I kept going back to try and get better, I then started getting worse. As the story progressed, Atsu's coin flipping skills got worse. I put it down to that she
Atsu's
had a
all
lot
yours.
going on with the
Yeah.
Yotei 6, and that was distracting her. But there was one passage where I spent like 15 minutes and I lost like 5 in a row. I was like, I literally won this like every time. What's happened? So I'm not gonna give myself any pressure, but I will try and beat you, Welchie, at some point.
As soon as you jump in, I'll then be the third worst player that he knows.
So the game is called Zeni Hajiki. So if I would have said, and the worst Zeni Hajiki player, it just doesn't quite have the ring to it. But yeah, we are here today to review Ghost of Yotei Legends. It came out a couple of weeks ago now. I think we all kind of joined onto it a little bit late. I think I was away and was all playing different things, of course. Resident Evil Requiem, obviously, was out at the time as well. But we played it now. We're here to review it and give our thoughts on it. Obviously, this is the add-on to Ghost of Yotei. Free add-on. They did it for Tsushima as well, Ghost of Tsushima Legends, which I played a fair bit of as well. So I can kind of compare it, although it was obviously a while ago. You two didn't play Tsushima Legends?
No, I didn't. Because I obviously played that late anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one's playing it when I played it, so.
I think I played Ghost of Tsushima in I bought it in 21, and I think I played it in 2022. So I got the director's cut at the time, but I just touched the single player. Whether it was still there, I can't remember when it dropped.
I think Tsushima Legends. So Tsushima came out in June or July 2020. So Tsushima Legend definitely came out just before the PS5. So maybe like September 2020.
Yeah.
And I remember playing it for a good while. I really enjoyed it, but I never did the raids. And obviously, our review today doesn't include the raids either because the raids aren't available yet. The raids will be coming. Hopefully, we're all still playing or kind of playing. We can jump back in and do some of those raids. That'd be good Twitch streams to do. But there's not much to say in terms of stats and stuff because I looked at Metacritic. There's a page for it, but there's not enough reviews for an add-on.
Okay.
But I did pull some reviews I can quickly go through. So Gaming Bolt gave it an 8 out of 10 and said it doesn't reinvent the wheel or significantly diverge from its predecessor, but Sucker Punch's co-op mode is still a fun, addictive time. And then Game 8 have given it an 86 out of 100 and said the owners of Ghost of Yotei should be... Sorry, I've really butchered that. Owners of Ghost of Yotei should absolutely give it a shot. Not only because it's free, but also because it gives you more excuses to cut down your enemies. Yeah, there's no kind of aggregated score here, but the general critics' response seems to be positive, as it was for Tsushima Legends. I did see
Yeah.
a typical Reddit thread where it's like, "Oh, this is so shit," and it's like, there's always going to be someone who finds it shit. Like, I'm not going to start talking about
Yeah.
that because that doesn't
Yeah.
mean the general reception is bad. But what do we think of Ghost of Yotei Legends? First of all, how long have we all played it? I've played. Obviously, we can't tell because I don't know what my time was before I started playing it. Like my Yotei time to my now time. But I've worked it out with the Twitch streams and the times we played Andy. I reckon I've played 8 hours.
Yeah.
You've
I
probably
played
played
just under.
just under.
Yeah.
Jack's actually played it the most. He has sent in a review, which I'll read in a bit. Stephen, you played it a little bit less.
Like
15 minutes.
like an hour.
An hour, okay.
So I did one playthrough. So obviously this is going to be more so on what you guys think, more so than myself in terms of like I've literally had one playthrough. I think we were going to jump on sort of a few weekends ago, which if you recall, but I wasn't feeling well, so I wasn't able to jump on.
2 weekends, yeah.
And I think because of the fact that then yourself and Andy were doing it together, so like your level is much more higher than mine. So, and I know that bits of it are 2 players and other bits are 4 players. I mean, I can. I don't know if you want me to start by just giving my brief
might as well.
thoughts and then let you guys crack on, because I did speak to Andy about this when we were going to the cinema, and he did laugh when and you'll probably laugh watching it the bit that I did try. So I did the tutorial bit, did that as normal. when you joined,
that's what I've done.
no. When you joined like Legends and you go through all of it, I was like, all right, this is really cool. And then you're back in the world of how amazing the game looks and the dual sets, all of that. And then I was like looking at sort of the bits that you could do. And what's it called, Andy? The thing that I did, the mode.
Survival?
It's like waves.
Survival, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. He
So
jumps
I
in
went.
survival
Yeah.
first without doing anything else.
I didn't do anything else. I just jumped straight into 5 because I was like, oh, that sounds quite fun. Let's see how long we can survive. Originally, I was thinking I could do this all by myself. And then the game literally didn't start.
Oh, you didn't do any matchmaking?
I did.
Oh, you
The
did?
game
Okay.
made me matchmake. So I had 3 like random people join this. And so there's 12 waves.
Yes,
I believe. Yeah. So I'm like doing the first sort of 2 and 3, thinking, all right, this is pretty standard. This isn't too much of an issue. And then I get like hit twice by like the more special enemies, and I just got like taken out. I think I went down like 9 times as we got into the later rounds. I was getting absolutely fucking steamrolled. Luckily, my teammates were coming and reviving me. I was like, oh, this is all right. And I feel like I've got like multiple lives for days. We got to wave, I think it was 6, about halfway, and then all of us just got absolutely obliterated to the point where the game ended, because I think you get those bits where you can get extra health, you can revive your teammates and do all the other little power-ups. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really quite know what I was doing. I was just following what I was doing in Ghost of Yotei story and just killing everyone, hoping for the best. I recognize now that you need to rank up and do lots of missions and build your character, which I think with all the other stuff that I'm playing, I don't want to sacrifice my time at the moment to do that unless I jumped on with you guys, but then I'm going to be at a really terrible level compared to where you are, so I don't want to like make it cool, like slow everything down if it's 4 players. Like if you're all higher level and then there's me like who hasn't done anything, I think I'm just going to get like ripped to shreds.
I think you could also, because we did it, we played Saturday night, Andy? Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I went to a new character and I didn't realize that I could take all my equipment from my other character to the other one. So I basically started as so you was like the lowest level as a new character and just went straight into survival with Andy and Jack and a randomer, and got through it. But it was a struggle because my character, I had shit equipment. So you could almost join the 3 of us with our high level stuff, just get through it, and then as soon as you finish that 12 waves, you're going to get a load of equipment which will rank you up straight away.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll definitely jump on when you're about to do that. The survival aspect was cool. I did think if you're playing with actual like friends rather than randomers, it's probably an even better experience as well. And I can imagine the funny like moments, because there was one bit where like you're having to sort of recover certain aspects of an island, and I kept like getting really annoyed because I was like, I've sorted that, and then the red light would be flashing, and then I'm like, oh my god, I got to go right the way back through. And I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be a piece of piss. It just made me laugh how cocky I was, and then how very quickly I then realised I'm so far out of my depth in this because I think one of the brutes, one hit. I got back up. I got back to full health. And he just yeeted me. I went straight back down. And then my teammate was like next to me, and I was like, "Oh, go on, buddy." And then it literally happened to him. And then I looked on the other side, and the exact same scenario played out as well. So I was like, "Oh." And then after that, I was like, "Right, I'm now going back to Life is Strange." But it was fun. I just know that I probably need to put a lot more hours and time into that because I'll be honest, they're not those type of online games are not necessarily ones that I'm drawn to, like in terms of like building up your character and doing all of that kind of stuff. Mainly because when I'm playing multiplayer, it's basically Fortnite and EFT at the moment, which is where I spend majority of my time playing online games. So it needs to be something really special to draw me in. But that's not to say that I'm shitting on it because I've literally done an hour, if that. So I don't really have much more to say, but it was fun.
You want to hear what those three random people are saying in their party about
Oh,
you?
I imagine I was getting absolutely like I mean, there was one bit where I brought like two of them were down and I got two of them up. So I felt really good about myself. I was like, look at me go. I'm like reviving teammates, like you're my team, guys. And then as soon as I said those words, I then got completely and utterly destroyed. So I was like, right, I'm just now not gonna say anything.
Andy, we've played a lot together. I think, have you played without me yet? Probably not. We probably played most of it
No.
together.
I've only played when we've played, yeah.
Yeah, I had the one session with just Jack. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I've quite enjoyed it so far. Obviously, I do think it's going to be a different experience playing it by yourself and then playing it with friends.
Yeah.
Most games
What did
are
you
different
think?
when you
We'll get to
do it
survival
that
in a
way.
minute, but what do you think of the campaign element?
So obviously we only done, I don't know if you played any more of the story, but we
No.
only done the first part of the campaign, didn't we, together? I thought the boss fight was cool, but the three story missions leading up to the boss fight were quite, I felt they were quite boring. Just because I can't remember what they're called. So what it was quite repetitive in terms of picking up those things, throwing at the trees, destroying the trees, then obviously other things spawning when like you had the block walls and stuff. I thought that was quite repetitive in terms of having to keep doing that and that throughout those three missions. Whereas maybe if the first mission was like that and they switch up in the second mission and then something different in the third mission, probably would have made it a bit more sort of entertaining for us to play for it. So it depends what they've done with the other campaign missions. If it's very similar to that, then I can't see myself enjoying the campaign part. If it might be that they've actually got different sort of factors and elements in the other campaign missions where actually it's something that we do enjoy doing, and maybe it isn't so repetitive. But based on that first campaign mission, three missions, and then the boss fight, yeah, it was quite repetitive. But the boss fight was fine.
Yeah, I completely agree. The one we did is called the Spider. So the campaign in Legends is a similar concept to the main campaign on Yotei. Obviously, in Yotei you have the Yotei 6. Here they've just taken four
Yep.
of them. So you've got the spider, the snake, the oni, and the kitsune.
Yeah.
We did the spider,
Yep.
which, as Andy said, is very repetitive. I
It-
imagine
yeah.
there's going to be a lot of repetition anyway, just because what the kind of game is. And when we get onto survival, it technically is repetitive, but it's still better.
Yeah,
That-
it's switched up enough though.
Yes,
in
it is.
survival.
The problem with this
That mission-
is go on.
No, I was going to say is that mission that you outlined sounds very similar to one of the spider missions in the actual campaign. Sort of, I could
I
picture
don't
doing
remember
something.
doing any of that in the
No, but
campaign.
not but like of a similar nature in terms of like the mechanic of like having to do this to get to this point to do that. If that's what you're saying, I can picture it from that story mission that you were describing.
I don't remember this being anywhere similar to what the actual
The
story was with
problem,
Yotei.
not the problem, but what they've done, the twist here is that this is all supernatural now. So it's more of the actual, they're called, like, well, in the name, legends. It's more like mythical. So the
Yeah.
boss battle in the spider mission, the guy is a spider,
He's a
essentially.
massive spider, yeah.
So I can imagine what the snake boss battle is going to be.
Yeah.
The kitsune, Stephen, is probably going to be a massive fox. And the oni, I
Yeah,
don't know what the
fuck
oni is
that.
going to be, to be honest. But in the problem with the spider one, because the boss battle, as you say, Andy, was good, and actually it
Yeah.
was really fun for me and you, because on that one, we actually, if you remember, we had no lives left.
Yeah, I know.
When we
Yeah,
got to that
yeah.
boss, we was
So it
like, we
was
have to lock
a bit
in,
more
and we
intense.
locked the fuck
You,
in. Like we just,
you got to do it in one go.
yeah, we did it, and it was like quite
Wow,
satisfying.
nice.
Probably made it better
Yeah.
because we was at such a
The
Yeah,
pressure
disadvantage,
was high.
really.
Also, Wilchie, that's like the second time in like a few weeks where you've been face to face with a spider based on Resident Evil.
Resident Evil Requiem, yeah, which
Yeah.
Andy probably hasn't seen. Oh, well, definitely hasn't seen. Um, but the problem with the spider mission is the trees, man. The trees, they're repetitive and they're annoying.
yes.
They're so annoying, and
What do you have to do? Sorry, I'm confused.
they're
Like with
trees which
the
shoot
tree.
this like red shit at you. The red vines come across the ground and hurt you, and you have to destroy the trees to stop happening. And the trees
But at
also
the same
spawn these
time,
like
yeah,
explosive
I
things
don't
you
know
can
what to call
throw
them.
at them.
Yeah, basically like mini bombs.
It's
But
not fun at
Is
all. Like it's just
is
not
yeah,
that?
fun.
I swear, was that in the
Yes.
survival? The
So
rep? Because at one point I got blown up, and
yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck is that? If one of them got like a grenade launcher?" I went, "Shit's coming from the tree, man."
Yeah.
Oh, that's what, and that's in the
yeah,
story missions that you're playing. Right?
So
Okay, I'm
the
with
it's
you.
constant.
survival has 4 maps, and it's one for the snake, one for the spider, one for the kitsune one. So when you do the spider one, it has that element in it. The other 3 have their own twist, which we obviously haven't done in the campaign, but we've seen them
I must have done the spider survival
Yeah,
map then.
in the survival. But from what we played on those survival maps,
I
there's
was going to
nothing
say
as
I haven't
annoying as
noticed any
those
details.
trees.
Yeah,
There's the one we
Right.
did,
so it'd be
Andy,
interesting.
where the guy stopped playing on our team. Do you remember yesterday? Oh no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was it that one?
No, it was that one. Yeah, it
There's one
was
where there's
because
some of the characters, the purple shit. You know, the purple shit was going on the map.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was obviously the twist on that one.
Maybe because we played 2 yesterday, didn't we?
The
So
snowy one.
I'm
The snowy one was
guessing
quite good.
that, but on it might have been on the same one with the purple stuff actually. But you know, I said like those rabbits running around. Like if they attached you, you then got a roll.
No,
I
that
was
was a
thinking
different
potentially
one. That was a different one.
maybe that okay, so maybe that is something for one of the other
Yeah,
characters
yeah.
because
And
that
again,
was annoying as well.
that was annoying, but not
Yeah,
to the tree level.
not no,
The
not the same as the
trees
tree
were
level.
so frustrating and boring in
Yeah,
the actual campaign.
yeah. But in
Um,
the actual survival mode, the trees weren't as
not as invasive,
dominant.
yes, but still
But
annoying.
obviously, yeah, yeah, still annoying. But I think it's probably because we played that story mission as well, so it was more
Maybe,
obvious.
yeah.
Whereas if we hadn't played that campaign part,
True.
maybe we wouldn't have noticed that so much in the actual survival mode. But yeah,
But yeah, the campaigns, they're nothing to write home about. There's no actual story to it. I mean, there is. There's some guy narrating something, but it does not
yeah,
matter
it doesn't.
at all.
We're skipping all of it. It's like just
Yeah.
get us to the
Just
action.
get us to
Yeah,
the action, get us leveled up so we can go into survival mode. So if
yeah,
it was just these co-op campaign missions, I would say this is a bust. This is not good. This is like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
a 4 out of 10 below average experience. But survival mode is better. What did you think, Andy?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So survival mode was a lot better than the campaign. The fact that we teamed up as well, obviously when Jack joined as well, and there's 3 of us, it just made it a lot more entertaining. Obviously I just stuck with my samurai class. So I haven't played around with any of the other classes yet. Obviously, I know you jumped into one of the other ones, Welchy. So yeah, it was just fun, and especially towards the last one that we done, I really felt that I started to get used to all the power ups, my character, my abilities. I was holding down areas on my own, sort of working out, um, like I said, the abilities with the teleport one.
Mhm.
When I first bought it, I was like, how the hell do I use this teleport to get to the other side of the maps quicker? And then realized how to use it and stuff. So then I was able to get to some of the, I'm going to call them flags or capture points, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it, quicker. And then before that, I just sort of standing still, letting you guys run over to certain places. 'Cause the time I got over there, it was like everyone's dead, so there's no point moving. Might as well wait up the point that I'm on and wait for them to spawn on top of me. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, sort of learning all the mechanics to it and stuff. Yeah, and sort of getting loot. Once we get to, I don't know if there's a max level on this, but it'd be cool once we get to like a max level, then working out sort of what we exactly want to use. Because at the moment, where we're getting higher level stuff, we're just rotating with the higher level
Yeah.
stuff, I guess, unless it doesn't take your level down. So potentially, I haven't got the setup that I would want to have anyway as a samurai, with like the blind bombs or the bow or the throwing spikes. I can't remember
Kune.
what they're called, but Kane. So there's loads of different things like that as well that you can equip. but obviously you're forced to almost use what your highest level stuff is
Yeah.
to begin with. So it'd be cool once we sort of get to that stage where we can just customize our different characters and try out some of the other different characters as well. But it's definitely got me hyped to see what the raid thing's going to be like, because I didn't do that on previous Ghost. So yeah, once that gets unlocked and comes into play as well, it'll be cool to see what kind of gear you get from that, what sort of setup it is. Because I used to do raids on Destiny and stuff, and those used to be a lot of fun. So if it's anything remotely similar to that, then I can see it being a lot of fun, especially when playing with friends. But yeah, the survival mode, I'm enjoying it so far. I thought once we played through all the maps, I definitely think the one where I could teleport was my favorite,
That was
and
a
just
snowy
because it
one.
was quicker. Yeah, it felt that you could see all the map. There wasn't a lot of things obstructing the other points
Yeah, it
as
felt
well.
maybe the smallest, maybe. Or maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't, maybe it's
yeah,
right, maybe it's just less distractions.
yeah. It felt more open, that you could see sort of almost
Yeah.
everything going on. So I could quickly look over and see you guys are fine managing what you've got coming out at you.
Yeah.
And with the teleportability on that map as well, was quite nice to have that. Whereas on other ones, there was one where you had a jump pad almost to get across the map to different points.
Mhm.
Um,
So you can use
but
that
yeah,
to like get out of jail if you start to find
Or
yourself in
that,
a
yeah.
position.
well, I didn't use it in that way, but yeah, you might be using it in that way.
Depends on what situation I find myself in. Did you get to
Um,
the end of all?
Yeah, we did it
Like
Yeah.
a few
the 12?
times. I think we did it both
I
times
think
last
the
night.
first, yeah, the first time we done it, we had a guy quit on our team, so there's only 3 of us,
We
so we
got
got
to
to
the
wave
last
11 out
one.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then every other time we done it, no one quit. We had our full team. We completed it
When the three of us
every
did it,
time.
yes. Me and Jack had
Yeah,
one where me and him actually kept disconnecting, and he disconnected on one of the last waves, and it really fucked us, and we lost.
yeah,
But then we did another one, and we did it. So like I've lost twice. Both times was because people left.
Yeah.
yeah.
It makes a massive difference. Having going from 4 to 3 people makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, and we noticed that on the last wave, on the last one we done, with you obviously being under level as well.
I was under leveled,
Um,
and then
we had an
my
AFK.
daughter cried or my son cried. One of them cried.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
you
had to
had to
run
leave as well.
upstairs
Yeah,
quickly, leave the controller going. So it was basically
yeah,
just Andy and Jack.
yeah. Holding down, like trying to hold down this one remaining
Yeah.
point. But it was so manic. It was like it was making it fun, because it's
Mm.
those intense moments that add more to it. Whereas if it felt too easy, I wouldn't be enjoying it so much. So I feel like once it does get to the later stages, you're noticing the difficulty
Yeah.
increase as it gets towards the wave 12, whatever.
It's
But yeah,
worth pointing out as well, we are doing this on the easiest difficulty still.
yeah, which
We're
is
doing it
crazy.
on the bronze level. You can go higher to, I guess, silver and gold.
Jesus.
yeah.
So we've got a long way to go. We're not by any way seasoned pros. But yeah, I echo most of it. I think it's fun. There was a point where, particularly when you're playing as 2 people with 2 randoms, if there's one that lets you down or one that leaves, it feels like you're doing a lot of running around. So you're
Yeah,
just running
yeah,
from point to point, and then you get there, and there's only one person to kill. You kill them, and then you go back to the other way, and it's like I felt half time I was running around. It got better and easier when there was 3 of us, and I imagine it's even better when there's 4 of you, and you kind of
yeah.
have
All
two
bombs.
Talking
two
about
people at a
in
station. Go on.
No, I was saying you were talking about in survival, because
In
I
survival,
noticed
yeah.
that
Yeah, yeah,
because when I had 3, it was 4 of us, but it was a case of I would kill the people in my area.
And run
I
over.
would then go over, and then by the time I got over, there was nothing there,
Yeah.
and then you would then go back. So you are right. I did feel that,
Yeah.
which probably also maybe was one of the reasons why I kind of was like, right, well that was fun, and then move forward.
It was
Part,
starting to
part
get
of
a
it
bit
is,
boring that sense,
yeah.
but
Part of it is common sense as well. It's like on that last map where I noticed, okay, the time I got to certain points, now you guys are clearing everything out. So it's like, I'm just going to wait here. If I start to notice that you're struggling,
yeah,
it's a lot easier to obviously communicate that across to
when you're in
players
a
when you're in
team,
a
yes,
party.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
sure.
not all the randoms are going to think that way. Whereas obviously, like me and you, or whatever, we might think that way. But
Well, I think in that snow example, there was us 3 and then this random guy who ended up being really good.
yeah, yeah,
He kind of
that.
had his 2 that he'd go between, and then we all had like a 2 we'd go between. It all kind of just worked, even though he wasn't communicating to us. It kind of just worked.
Yeah,
And
he
Yeah.
seemed to know what he was doing,
oh, he
so
definitely
it
knew,
helps
he
when you
definitely
get
knew what
someone
he
that.
was doing.
Yeah,
And it worked, and it felt really good. But then that one we did relatively easily. But then I also enjoyed it, the chaos when you lose one, Because problem is when you
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
a zone, a negative side effect
They get
happens.
power up.
So they get like
Yeah,
ghost dogs, whatever they are, or some I don't know.
yeah.
In
It's
that one
cannons
level, you've
on
got
the guns on the.
the guns, fucking guns.
Yeah, that was the most annoying one because
Yeah,
they like when you don't see those and you just hear the shot and you're like, fuck,
yeah, you're
you
fucked.
can't even dodge it. You're down. Like
Yeah,
you're down straight away.
Even
but
in the single player, I remember at the moments with those
the
guns,
guns, yeah,
even on the
Yeah,
easy difficulty,
that's the first time I died. Yeah.
would really really hurt you. It'd be like 2 hits in that, and in a massive battle, and you're dead. I think it was one of the early times really for myself where I got killed based on those guns.
I think it's still the most frustrating element of the game is the guns. I mean,
They have
it's
shields
like
as
the
well, don't they, to
famous,
begin with?
yeah, and they have shields as well. It's like the famous thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? Don't bring a gun to a sword fight, or don't bring a sword to a gunfight.
Yeah.
It's like this is a game about samurai swords. We should be using swords here. Like, put your fucking gun
Yeah.
away. I'll allow the bow and arrow. Put your fucking gun away.
Was there guns in Ghost of Tsushima?
No, there was bows.
No,
There
it
was
was
no
a new
guns.
element. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I thought that.
But as I say, when we was working together as a three, I started to really enjoy it. Obviously, we had our funny moments. It was a laugh, which you have
Yeah.
in any multiplayer game. But even just the tactical side of it, and then as you say, as I was leveling up and using new equipment and getting used to abilities, getting used to how you use your currency, I started to enjoy it even more. And then I changed character to the shinobi. So obviously you start
Yes.
as samurai. I tried the shinobi, and then I was like, oh no, this game's good. Like the shinobi character is more up my alley. So obviously the samurai, his special, the L1R1 button, is he does like 3 quick swings, right? And like
Yeah,
does
just a
strong
slash. Yeah.
swings. Basically kills, or if not
It's
really damages the big enemies, but kills the small ones in one go.
yeah. It's basically the normal power up in the
In the
story, like
story.
in Yotei. Yeah.
In this is Shinobi, I've got to get them right around because you've got the main power up, but then you've got other like abilities. You go completely invisible, and also you go
Okay.
up to them. You choose who you go up to and do damage to them.
You can assassinate. Yeah.
It just felt really cool, and they were powerful. Like it'd be like a really, if it was a big enemy, it wouldn't be a complete kill, but it would do some serious damage. And all of his
Yeah.
abilities are about that kind of going invisible, the stealthy stuff. Like the samurai gets to throw the blind bombs, which dazes the enemy. But this is more makes you go disappearing rather than dazing them, if it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, this is good. Then I was thinking, what the fuck are the other supers? So I think Jack was using maybe the archer or what the other one was. And they like jump in the air and like bash down to the ground, almost like they do in
Oh
Destiny.
yeah. Yeah, because someone was when we was playing with random, someone was doing it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "How the fuck are they doing that? Like, what the hell are they doing? And how are they doing that?"
That's
But
one of
obviously,
the other
yeah, it must be one
characters.
power.
So there's
Yeah.
things I still want to try. So
Okay. Yeah.
the more I'm playing it, the more I'm enjoying it, which is only a positive. It's getting better and better, and I'm excited for the raid. Hopefully, we're still playing it. I don't know when it's coming. The next step will be trying a more difficult survival, which sounds crazy because at the moment, sometimes we're like the snowy one, we're fine, but then we
Yeah.
get those crazy ones where someone leaves, it's like, fuck, this is just mental now, and it's
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah.
just trying to survive, which is, I guess, the name of the game. But no, really enjoying it. I also love that they've added the hub area. I don't remember that being in Tsushima. I don't remember it being a hub you can just walk around with your mates and do the bamboo strikes and the coin flicking game.
Okay.
I feel like it was
Yeah,
just a
you got a
main
training
menu
section there as
screen
well,
and
haven't
you
you?
just like a normal like Call of Duty party lobby.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a couple of the trading ones when they like would morph and you would just try out different combos in that sort of like
I
the
didn't actually do
cave
any of that
is
training stuff.
Yeah, neither did I.
oh
Only because
so
I just love the bamboo strikes and the coin flicking.
The quid.
thing is
Yeah.
I didn't even see those around in the hub, so I feel like I
Really.
need to explore in a little more detail.
That's
I
what it
kind
is.
of did
There's
that.
three
literally-
things. You've got
You
coin
literally spawn
flicking.
in that bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
because
to
I went.
jump down into the training
to
area
jump
Yeah, I
from
did.
the main
Yeah.
area.
That's a question though, because how do you then once you jump down? How do you get back
You know how
up?
to get back up.
I actually exited and went back into it
No.
because I couldn't work out
It's like
where you go.
It's like in the main game where you jump up and press R2 and you like throws the hook up.
The hook. Yeah.
Oh, normally you
There's
get
literally a
no.
tree
Like,
branch you can jump on.
does it give you like the?
I put my
Prompt to
hands
do
up.
that.
I had to ask Andy where it was as well. I was like, where the fuck do we get?
Because normally, like in the story, you would look up and it would then say R2 to then
No,
swim.
you have to jump.
I had
You have to jump to make it come up.
Oh,
rather than look at
I
it,
didn't
yeah.
jump. That's why
That's
I didn't
the
get the
difficulty,
prompt. But yeah,
That's
so I think
funny.
I need to explain, like, explore more of
Obviously,
the
you
hub.
wouldn't be able to play the coin flicking game unless you join us or someone.
Yeah,
But
sure.
bamboo strikes you can do on your own.
Again, in fact, I did it now. I haven't even
Yeah.
touched the surface on it, but it's quite funny that the main bit that I did was the thing that you're not meant to probably start with. See, I like doing things in a hard way
Different
rather
way.
than doing it in the story. I was like, no, let's go straight into survival. Let's see what this is all about.
Obviously, I'm not going to get you to give a score, Stephen, within an hour. Andy, again, we're not complete. Like, there's more raids to come, there's more stuff to do. But on a gut feel, where you are sitting now, where would you be?
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 at the moment
Okay.
because I am really enjoying the survival mode. I don't think the campaign's going to get like any better. I think I'm just going to enjoy the boss fights on those.
Yep.
But I can see myself enjoying the raids if it's similar to survival in any sense, or if it's like a group of you having to work through like several different obstacles and stages to then get to like a final bit. Then I can see myself liking that as well.
As long as they don't have those fucking trees in them, I can't be doing with the
Yeah, as long as those
trees.
trees are there.
It's also worth pointing out those boss battle ones are supposed they can be 4 players,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
did it
those
in
are
two.
actual
So
play.
maybe the reason we got there with no health, no lives left, was because we was doing
We
it
yeah,
under
we did
under
yeah.
resourced.
I remember saying at one point, "Oh, maybe we do need 4 players
Yeah,
for this bit." Because yeah, it did seem at one part that we was getting overwhelmed with. There was
too
like
many.
5 or 6 of those trees, enemies coming out. It was like yeah, but we managed to get through it.
Yeah, I'm torn on a score because I think it does deserve to get downgraded because of the campaign. So naff
Yeah,
from what we played. Um, I don't. I'm not going to call it great. I can't call it great because the campaign is there. And so I think survival on its own, I'll probably go towards an 8, especially where I can see it going and getting to.
yeah, yeah.
So I'd probably land. Am I going to go 7 or what would I say to someone? Is it decent? I would. It's hard, isn't it? Because I'd say play it, but don't do the campaign. Just do the survival.
Mm.
So it's. But as a
Maybe like
package,
a 6.
yeah.
But then
I'll,
you've got to think like when you think about everything else as well in terms of like in the lobby bit, you can go in. You've got
true. I
your
do love the
rewards
coin
that you can
flicking game.
unlock.
Yeah.
You've then got the mini games. You've got the where you can customize your loadouts and stuff.
Mm.
Like I think all of that adds to the overall experience of it as well.
True. Yep. I'll give it a 7 as well. I think it's a good experience
Do,
made worse by the campaign.
do
Yeah,
you guys like the supernatural aspect of it?
I don't
'Cause
really
I've found it
care for it in terms of the
interesting.
campaign story side of it.
Mm.
And
So
survival, it
then,
doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm just killing enemies.
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense for anyone that hasn't played Ghost of Yotei. A bit of a small spoiler. I get that because obviously, logistically, when you get to the end of Ghost of Yotei, having those 4 in there wouldn't make any sense
Mhm.
unless you did it before the events of the actual story of that zoo. But I'm not quite sure if I like the whole supernatural aspect in terms of like the story side, whether that is something that
It's
fits
not.
the world of Ghost
I
of
think it's
Yotei.
just. It's almost like someone's telling a story. That's because when in the
Mm.
campaign, it's just being narrated by someone. It's just telling the
Yeah,
yeah,
story of
true.
some ghosts. It's not. It's nothing to do with the actual story of Yotei. It's just an add-on,
Yeah.
and they found a way they didn't even
Can
need a
you
campaign. Literally, just
can you
make it water
customize?
waves.
Can you actually customize how your character looks as
Yes,
well as
yeah,
you
you can as
unlock
you
lots of
right?
things through bamboo strikes, through the coin flicking game. Luckily for Andy, you don't have to win; you just have to play them. Um, and for obviously
Burn.
survival, killing different enemies, using different things. So,
Right. Okay,
and
that's pretty cool.
again, they all have their distinct styles. The shinobi, I got a really cool looking mask, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
definitely warming to the shinobi side. Um,
yeah.
and I've only played him
I
as a
want to
level
try out the
fucking 5,
archer.
so I want to play again so I can use him at his
Yeah,
best.
as a property. Yeah, I want to know with the archer because obviously when you're playing as the other characters and you're using your bow, you don't get unlimited ammo. I wonder if you're using
Ooh,
archer,
yeah.
whether you do or if you have to keep restocking. Because it'd be annoying if you're archer and you still have to use your sword the majority of the time.
One thing I will actually say, and I think this is still my biggest complaint about Yotei in general, or one of the biggest complaints, is I think actually now I think about it, I can't remember if I complain about it or not. The whole thing where it's like this the rock paper scissors thing where one sword's good against the other one, the bigger sword's good against one
Yeah,
enemy, the double sword's good against the other one. I think it's even worse here because of how chaotic it is and there's constant enemies at you.
yeah.
Mm.
I
And
don't
most
bother
of the time, I'm
switching.
just using the normal samurai sword. I
Yeah,
don't think I've used the spear one. I can't remember what that one's called now. Yari, I think
the
Yari.
Yari. Yeah,
I don't think I've used it once. and it's obviously better against some enemies. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, I don't have time because I'm being bombarded, and
Yeah.
I also think luckily they've made it less of a requirement. There was
Yeah. I
times in
think
the
when
main
you've got,
game when if you was using the wrong one, it felt like it would take an hour to get these people down.
I think the main difference in this is like where you've got sometimes two of you,
Yeah,
you're 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 breaking their block quicker in terms of like
yeah,
you then attack them from behind one, trying to hit them from the front. Whereas if it's a lot of one-on-one stuff,
yeah.
if you're not using the right weapon, then you're not going to be able to do the like the counter attack to whatever they're using as effectively. But yeah, I didn't see it an issue too much.
I am wondering though if when we got up difficulties, it's going to be like
Maybe,
you better start playing this
yeah,
properly, and the rage and
potentially.
stuff.
But yeah, it's like you say though, on those levels as well. Until we do those ones, it's hard to say exactly how it's going to go because it might be that we have to think more tactically in terms of
Yeah,
okay, we're going to have to let one of them go and just have three people on this one so we can all fight together, sort of thing.
hmm
Whereas if it's one person trying to hold down one while the other one's occupied as well, it might be that you struggle with all the enemies coming in at once and not being able to switch between your weapons. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more tactical thinking in terms of
yeah.
the setup when we get to those higher levels, which is interesting because you have the way that you play the bronze level, a different way that you play the silver level, and then a different way that you play the gold level, which adds more elements and
Yeah.
layers to legends. So yeah, it's interesting.
Well, we will probably and hopefully report back once we've played more on those difficulties and obviously the raid when it comes.
Yeah.
For now, that is going to be our Yotei Legends review. We're going to take a very quick break, and when we come back, I have a fun new segment to play, and we'll also talk about what else we have been playing. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I have to apologize to Jack. I said I was going to read your review. You heard me say it, Jack, if you're listening. I will now read your review of Ghost of Yotei Legends before we move on to our next segment. So, Jack said, Ghost of Yotei Legends. It has been overall a pretty good experience for what the game is. As a free expansion to allow multiplayer, it's perfectly serviceable, and I've had lots of fun playing quick matches and unlocking gear and trying all the classes. Unfortunately, it does get a little repetitive. I mean, he's played it more than us, so it probably is.
Yeah.
And there are moments where you don't really have to do much, and it lacks from having a larger boss to over at the end, such as the end of Elden Ring Night Rain. Don't start comparing it to that shit.
But I think that's where the raid comes in though with the boss.
I think
Because
I
that's
agree.
usually what a raid is.
Yeah, I think the raids will introduce it. I agree. I think overall pretty good for a free expansion and a good way to kill a few hours. The combat system is still amazing from the base game. It's fun to be able to fight with other people. Lacking from being properly fleshed out, but still serviceable for what it is. Hovering around a 6.5 out of 10.
Interesting.
Pretty much aligned with your thoughts and score.
Yeah. He's obviously not going to give it a higher rating because he's the worst coin flicker. So maybe he would have gone higher if he was better.
You might doubt that.
Yeah.
I just want to come on it just to try and take you and beat you at it.
I think what you'd have to do is you've got to take on Jack first. And if you lose to Jack, that's
Okay.
it. You're right at the bottom.
Yeah. It's like the Samurai 6. He's working his way up to like the top.
I'm the what's his name?
It's
Yoni?
Jack, then it's me. Yeah.
No, who's the main one? Can't remember the main one in Yotei now. It's so long ago. Anyway,
I can't remember. Yeah.
we have a fun new segment. I also didn't announce at the beginning of this episode that we're doing one episode a week now on the gaming podcast, but hopefully most people will be aware of that.
Just remember, Lord. Are you saying you're the Lord Sato?
Lord Sato, well done.
Yeah.
Of coin flipping, Welchy.
Currently, I literally haven't lost. So.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, so we're moving back to a one episode a week system. So each episode will be an hour and a half long rather than an hour. And because of that, we get to do a main segment, which is our Ghost of Yotei Legends review today. A fun segment, which is going to be what we're about to do now. And then a segment of what we've been playing, which we'll get onto in a minute. So today I'm introducing a new segment. We've never done this before, as far as I'm aware.
Ooh.
Okay.
I am calling it Patch It, Play It, Delete It. So this is a twist on
like
Shag, Marry, Avoid.
Yeah.
Oh, Shag, Marry, Kill. Sorry, Shag, Marry, Kill.
No, Shag Marry Voice is acceptable, I think, as well.
I prefer Kill.
Okay,
It means
sorry.
there's more on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a twist on that, but obviously for video games. So Patch it, play it, delete it. Patch it means you're fixing it or rebooting it. But I'll call it a reboot. So you're taking
Yeah.
this
Okay.
franchise and you have to reboot it.
Like
Okay.
it.
The delete it is obviously this game never has any more games. It's gone. It's finished.
Okay.
And play it, it means keep it as it is, let the developers carry on, and the sequel, whatever. They're on the right path.
Okay.
So I have 3 games. I'm going to get involved too. I'm going to say what I want to say as
Very
well, but
tricky.
obviously for you two as well. Patch it, play it, delete it. Let's start with Stephen. And it's the same 3 games for all of us.
Yeah.
But Stephen, I
There's
want
going
to
to be
know.
3 tough games.
Patch it, play it, delete
GTA.
it. Ghost of Yotei. Astrobot. The Last of Us.
Oh, fucking hell. Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Ghost of Yotei, Astrobot, and The Last of Us, and one I've got to say.
One has to
delete.
delete. I've done it as in basically no more games. If you
Okay.
want, you can say the old games disappear as well. But I think we should say as in for the future of these
No more.
franchises, there's either no
Yeah.
more, they carry on, or you do a new style, new reboot.
This isn't as difficult because I mean I love like Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei, but I love Astrobot and The Last of Us way more. So in the delete one will be Ghost of Yotei. Like if we never got another Ghost of Yotei game, I'd be slightly disappointed, but I would be more and more heartbroken if we never got a Last of Us game. Although in saying that, if we didn't get another Last of Us entry, I would be sad, but it is a fine ending. So there is a caveat to that. But if I had to choose between you either give me Last of Us Part 3 or Ghost of the third Ghost game, I know which one I'm picking. So now I've got to work out which one do I patch. And sorry, just to reconfirm, you're saying that you're able to give it.
You will not get a
something a bit
sequel to the
different.
current game. You'll have to reboot it. So you reimagine it, like the Tomb Raider reboots, like any other reboot you can think of. A reimagining, a restyling. You can do whatever you want
It's
with
really,
it, just not a
but
sequel.
that is really difficult because you could do that with both of these games. But I now got to work out which one would like make one that I'd want to do more than the other.
Andy, do you want to
I
say?
will
Really taking
say,
it seriously, isn't
yeah, no, but I don't want to make the wrong decision here. We know it's never going to happen, but still, I will go with patch Astrobot.
Okay.
he? Oh.
Just because I think with a reimagining, the core elements of the game is still very much the same. So there's a lot of fun stuff that you could do with that. Like you could go down a completely different route and it would still be a lot of fun because
What
it's
route would you
still.
go down?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that question. I mean, you could do a whole sort of in the same vein of like the Mario Kart experience. You know, you've got the time
Astrobot
trials.
Kart?
You could, yeah, or you could do sort of something where it's all about competition. Because I know, like for yourself, Andy, that was your favorite aspect
Time
of
trials of it, yeah.
Astrobot, the whole competing
Yeah.
against your brain. So you could make a whole game to
Just
that.
an online
Almost like
Astrobot.
almost like Fall Guys kind of style.
Yeah.
So I
You know
think,
what? You're onto
and at
something.
the maybe
should've
maybe
brought
I've
this to the other
taken
episode
this
the other week.
inspiration from when Andy became a video game developer for the week.
Yeah.
But I feel like even that Astrobot has got so much replayability with it that you could still go back to the Astrobot and Astro's Playroom and still have a while of time. And that would then mean that The Last of Us gets its third and final chapter, which we're all praying. Well, mainly me and you, Welchy. We're praying for part 3. We like really want that desperately. So yeah,
Okay.
that'll be looked in on that. That was a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be.
Andy, patch it, play it,
Yes.
delete it.
Okay, which one do I start with? Patch it, play it, delete it. I'll start with delete. I'd delete The Last of Us.
Oh,
I knew it. He fucking hates Last of
He
Us.
hates horror
He's a
games. Doesn't he?
hater.
Hates horror games.
He's not a fan. We're not even starting that now. Every fucking
Yeah.
week.
at the moment, obviously, I haven't completed Last of Us Part 2, so like I have no interest in number 3. Um, I love Ghost of Yotei and those sort of samurai games anyway, and the way that plays out in mechanics. And Astrobot was obviously a lot of fun playing through that as well. So yeah, Last of Us I would delete because I'm not as passionate about it as you guys in terms of wanting part 3 at this moment in
Hashtag
time.
I
exposed.
can see the comments already about this episode.
That's why you done it. Patch it and play it. I feel like the Ghost franchise, I would say play it because I feel like they've hit so far in terms of what they've done, and I'd be confident in them doing another Ghost game without any interference. So I would be happy to let them get on with it. And then I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with Astrobot. So I would patch Astrobot or reboot it, whatever we're saying. And then yeah, just give it a new bit of spice. Potentially what we've discussed already, maybe making it an online game, having a bit more sort of competitive, maybe having I'd love to see a split screen style where you have one against one and you can see each other on the screen.
I just
And
thought
then
of another
doing
thought. Do you remember Doritos Crash Course where like
yes,
your other person, you could see other people, they were like almost like
the ghosts,
transparent.
like
Yeah,
like a racing game.
to
that
try
kind of
and like
thing.
beat their score and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, you could even tap into like the co-op aspect of like a split fiction and do a co-op Astro experience where
I
you
mean,
need 2 players to get
give it
through
to Hazlet.
different obstacles. Yeah, so there, I actually think Astro's got the most potential with the reboot.
Yeah,
I would say.
I
Anyway.
agree.
Interested what you think of Welch, if you
Yeah,
agree with that.
you've kind of convinced me on that. I'm surprised by your answers. You've both gone the same in terms of patching. Obviously, you switched your delete and play.
Yeah.
Play.
I'm going to switch it up as well. I am going
Oh,
to delete Ghost of Yotei.
okay.
I don't think we need another one. I think as much as I love the two, I think if we get a third one, it's going to be the same again, and it's going to start to get a bit like, now what? Like, what are we doing here? Unless they completely get rid of that fucking system with the swords and that I mentioned in the review.
The only thing that I would just to interject quickly on that, if they're going to do one more, and it would only be one more, it would be a direct sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. That could
Even
be the
though you
only
preferred
place.
Yotei.
I know I did, but I know that story of Jim Sakai, people prefer Jim to Atsu. Well, I'm saying that from just the general
General,
sort of
Your own
consensus.
personal
Well, yeah, but I mean, like when I read stuff on like Reddit and stuff, I feel like people lean. If you think of Ghost, you think of Jim Sakai maybe a little bit more than the character of
I don't
Atsu.
anymore.
I think that's
Maybe,
Yotei
I
is
think
more.
that's just 'cause he's been around longer. I
yeah,
personally
maybe
prefer Atsu and Yotei, but
Yeah, so do I.
interesting. But I just think that the Yotei story's done. I don't think they could do
It
another
is,
bit of
but
that.
they just do something fresh
well,
because
they could do
now
what
if
they've
they
done
go
again,
back,
go with someone else again.
Yeah,
yeah, because
quite.
if they go back, they might have to get rid of some elements that they've added in terms of like the weapons
Yeah,
and stuff.
true.
They can't really evolve by going backwards.
I just thought in my head if they were going to do another one, they would go back to doing a sequel to the original Ghost of Tsushima. But
That's why I'm
that's the only
deleting
thing
it.
in my head.
No
that I
one
can
can
think of.
decide what they fucking want. Let's delete it. Let's move on. Let Sucker
Fair
Punch
enough.
go back to Infamous. I would patch The Last of Us.
Oh, you're gonna redo it.
I don't want Last of Us Part 3. I do, don't get me wrong, I fucking do. If they announce it, I'll be buzzing. But and the TV show season 1 convinced me of this. I think there's stories to tell in this universe that don't have to be Ellie and Joel's. I would like
Okay.
us to go to England or any other place in the world and see how the outbreak affected in different places. And I would also have it be the game based around the day that it happened. Games don't do
Okay.
that enough. All these games come out
Yeah.
and it's
They
months or
skip.
weeks after the event.
Yeah,
Let's
that's fair enough.
see the people deal with it as it's happening.
Yeah.
Just a day one game.
Like Gears of War's doing soon. Gears of War E-Day.
Yeah.
A bit
Go back to that.
like from a movie perspective, like a Dawn of the Dead, where it plays
Yep.
out in real time as the infection is starting to
And
take place. Yeah.
And also, for example, I was going to say Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead is more, especially season 1. Obviously, eventually it gets
Yeah.
further away. But Fear the Walking Dead season 1 is very much around
Yeah.
that day.
Or you could do
Yeah.
I can't think of an example, so maybe you guys will chuck one out, but maybe you have like 4 different characters that you play as. They're all at different parts of a city, Manchester, whatever,
And they end
Birmingham.
up as a team or something at the end, you mean?
Yeah, you're playing their story as the outbreak happens, and then at some point in the story, they all come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could even
I
do
wouldn't
it
say no to playing that.
like Supermassive style. Like, it doesn't have to be the Last
Mm,
of Us style we
Yeah,
know and love, but
yeah.
the main thing would be a story reboot for me. Is the gameplay's great and fine, I love all that stuff, but let's just go
yeah,
somewhere else with it. And I would
interesting.
keep Astrobot. I trust those developers to carry on doing what they're doing. I fucking love Astrobot.
Yeah.
But you two were convincing me. I'm happy either way. I would love an
I
Astrobot cart.
actually, as much as I really want Last of Us Part 3, I would not say no in any shape or form to what you've outlined, because I actually think that's a really interesting take.
Yeah.
And they kind of already talked about it with the whole sort of, they have an idea for a story with Tommy. And I feel like Neil Druckmann, he might not be on to the point of like going to different sort of countries,
Yeah.
but they're having those feelers sort of out there. And we still don't know what this whole concept and story idea. And that's kind of, in a way, by rebooting it, you still keep it in the line of no one really knows what we're going to get from part 3 if we do get
And
a
like you
third
said,
part.
Last of Us 2 was a good ending. It's fine.
It was,
We don't
yeah.
need more.
I
Don't have to have
yeah.
more. I'd like more.
Neil Druck. I don't. This is not another podcast about Last of Us because we spoke about it to death. But he did say that like if we never did another one, it is a fine place to end, and I would
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that, because it isn't. It doesn't leave you on. I suppose it leaves you on a sort of cliffhanger, but it's nothing that you're kind of
Well, you can leave it up
thinking,
to your
right,
own. You can make the story
exactly.
up. Does she go up and meet with Dina? Who knows?
Yeah. It's
Um,
one of those where you get some games where you're like, you've left it really with the door firmly open. The door is kind of
it's
creaked
ajar.
slightly
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
Yeah. So I quite like the whole that we've gone different, but both ideas would work because they're 2 games that I absolutely love. And I
Or
do love Ghost of Yotei.
or we do
Don't
the
get me
Last of
wrong.
Us cart, and it's Joel in a car, Ellie in a car,
I'd definitely be interested.
Jeeps, things.
Or like Little Big Planet, but instead of it, it becomes the little Ellie like jumping through different
Yeah,
obstacles. Like,
make your own levels.
Yeah,
But let us know in the comments what you would have done. Patch it, play
that's
it,
good.
delete it. Do you, I'm sure you're going to agree with one of us. I can't think of another scenario. I guess you could delete The Last of Us. What did you say, Stephen? You would patch.
I'd patch Astro and play Last of Us.
None of us patch Yotei, so I'm sure someone out there is going to patch Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments. We'll be interested to hear your thoughts. Let's move on to what we've been playing. Oh, Stephen, I've made a typo here. I've wrote Stranger Things. It's not Stranger Things. It's Life is Strange.
That's a.
Yeah.
I didn't know that game out.
I was like, am I playing the video game of
Yes,
Stranger
sorry.
Things? That's interesting.
Obviously, the strange
Um,
tricked in my head, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Stranger Things."
yeah.
Is it? I forget which one you're playing. Is it True
So
Colors?
yeah, we're
Okay.
now on to the third main game. It's confusing because you've got Life is Strange Before the Storm, then Life is Strange 2. So out of the whole collection, I'm on like game 4 of 6. But it is
Yes.
the third mainline game that I'm playing at the moment. I did want to come to this podcast and have it complete. It will be complete for next week for sure. It's my own fault. I had friends around Friday night and a gaming session around mine, which was sandwiched in between a bowling session, ended at like 4:10. So Saturday I was dead, basically. I was so tired. My plan was I did the first episode because it's 5 episodes again. So I was going to do 2 and 3 Saturday, 4 and 5 Sunday, maybe finish up a little bit Monday. Happy days. Didn't happen. We're about halfway through, so it will be done. This is the first Life is Strange game that is on PS5. So because the first 3 were PS4 remasters, so it's got the PS5 graphics. It hasn't got DualSense. I'm not sure if Double Exposure and certainly Renew. I know Andy, you don't play with your
Yeah, I don't
DualSense,
use this. It probably
so
does. But
but I was a little bit like when I play a PS5 game that doesn't utilize the DualSense, I get a little bit sad. But I get it. It's not really a game that you need it, but it's just got like the standard vibration. Graphically much improved, but you would expect that. So the first thing that I've put, so the main protagonist is a girl called Alex Chen, and I shit you not, she looks like a spitting image of a girl that I like hooked up with many, many years ago. So I spend most of my time just laughing, and it's not even like
God, life is strange,
how
isn't
they.
it?
Yeah, it really is, mate. Because it's not only her sort of like features, it's the way that she talks, her mannerisms. It's like I
Maybe they're
feel
just
like
basing
they've
this
got.
game off your life, Stephen.
Yeah, maybe.
I bloody hope not, because there
They're
will
really
be some,
showing his true colours.
yeah, there will be some dark
True
chapters
colours.
if that is the case, guys. But
So many
when I
puns.
first saw it, oh no, when I first saw it for the first time, I literally started burst out laughing, and I am trying to not think about that, because every time I think about it, I start laughing.
I thought you were going to say something else, and you
But
start getting something
no,
else.
no.
This is
Is
all the
this
storm.
fuck's sake. Is this the
There's too many
game
jokes.
where her power is like empathy or something?
Yeah, so basically, she's a psychic, and she can see sort of past memories, but it is based on someone's emotion. So basically, if you are feeling really joyous, she can basically see how that memory played out based on how you're feeling. So vice versa, if you're really angry about something, she can do the same. But the more angry you get, the more that she becomes sort of connected to you. So it can result in her sort of acting out because of how much that anger is built up in the person, because she's psychically switched on. So in the game, you can go up to people, you press X, and you can basically read their thoughts, and then you've got the whole bit. So like if
Can you
they're
do it to
feeling
anyone?
joyous, specific people.
Okay.
This is a much more open world game. My friend James will be about that. So you can explore a lot more. So you've got like the main bulk, and in like the first 3 Life is Strange games, it's quite linear in what you can do, and it's still that, but you have like side quests. So there's a couple of trophies that I'm picking up of essentially side missions.
Mhm.
So like, for example, in episode 2, there is somebody that is bird watching, and you can then go and find the bird that they're trying to capture for this
Fuck me,
competition that
this
they're in.
sounds like, what's it called, Andy? Lost Records all over again.
Well,
This
we're,
doesn't sound very good.
well, but that so
It's like the
this was
chicken and
not.
the fish on Yotei.
So basically, that's sort of the premise. And at the start of the game, Alex moves to this quiet town. I can't remember what town it is, but I wrote in my notes. It's basically Hot Fuzz, and what I mean by that is that it's like a small village. So you've got like a bar, you've got a flower shop, you've got a record store. Everybody's really nice, but like to the point that it's too nice.
Mhm.
So you spend a lot of episode 1 meeting everybody, and my back is up. I've seen too many movies and played too many video games where I'm like, something is fishy here. Something is going on here that I don't quite like, because there's people being polite and this whole community, but you know when things are too perfect,
Mhm.
there's not like a flower outside. Like everything is pinpoint perfection. I did say it to my friend James. It's like, oh yeah, he can kind of see that similarity. So I'm thinking something is going to happen, right? And something does happen at the end of episode 1, which I won't spoil, because Andy, you might want to go and
So, Andy,
play
you've
it
not played
at
this
some
one?
point. You've not
No.
played Life is Strange True Colors, no.
Fine. Is that because it doesn't link with the other ones?
I've played. No, I just played Life is Strange, and then the new one came out, Double Exposure, last year or the year before. So I jumped
was
straight
last
onto that and played
Oh,
that.
so you haven't played 2
So
either?
I've I only done the first episode of 2.
Okay.
So far.
The main reason, because there was part of me that I was thinking of going into Double Exposure to then play it for when Reunion came out last week. But my friend James said that there is rumours that this Reunion is going to bring everything together because it's the last one. So I wouldn't want to do that unless I've got that full experience, which is why I'm doing it in order.
Yep.
That's the only reason, because at the moment, unless there's an Easter egg to come, there's nothing that is linking anything to the. I mean, they mentioned Seattle, which is the main focus for Life is Strange 2. So it's set in the same world, I'm assuming, but there's no sort of clear-cut things. I will say at the moment, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely at this stage, and I'm 3 episodes in, the weakest out of the Life is Strange bit. I don't have any emotional investment in any of the characters right now, maybe because I'm just getting so distracted by the main protagonist that it's taking me out. But I don't think it is. I think it's more so that it hasn't got that emotional punch which the first sort of 3 games have up to this point, because Life is Strange 2 would have been like a 9 for me, or like an 8.5, and then the last 2 episodes then took it up to a 10. So whether True Colors does this, because right now I'm basically playing this sort of, it's like World of Warcraft. They've turned the whole village into like this role-playing RPG game, and you've got to collect stones and you've got to collect swords, and it's very mythical. And I won't lie, I fucking hate stuff like that. Like, I just want to do this as quickly as possible because it's so relentlessly boring. But then I'm not into the fantasy sort of world, so I've just it doesn't do anything for me. If anything, it makes me think of, you know, South Park Stick of Truth, where they just take the piss out of the whole fantasy. That I keep laughing to kind of entertain myself, and that's kind of the bit that I'm on.
Do you
And
want me
then
to
at the
burst
end
your
of
bubble?
Go on.
This is the second highest rated Life is Strange game.
Is
Ooh.
it? Wow. Okay.
It is
Dun, dun,
rated,
dun.
something.
it is rated higher than Life is Strange 2 on Metacritic.
Wow.
On Metacritic, it is rated higher than Reunion, which has just come out, and it's rated higher than Double Exposure. Double Exposure appears to be the weakest in terms of Metacritic rating.
Yeah.
What rating did it get, out of curiosity?
81.
Okay.
Life is Strange
Well-
1 is the highest at 85.
Yeah, and to me, Life is Strange 1 is the best that I've played sort of so far. But I've given all the first 3 a 10, so I mean they're all amazing. That gives me confidence that something, because you are investigating something. So I know that something you see is going on. You're investigating with 2 other people at the moment. It's paused because I'm doing this fantasy bullshit, which is understandable because something happens at the end of episode 1, which always happens in Life is Strange, where I'm like, oh shit, wow, that was unexpected. And they're doing this fantasy thing in aid of supporting somebody that something has happened. Read between the lines, you probably can guess what I'm referring to. But yeah, it doesn't have that emotional sort of punch. I don't really feel connected to any of the characters at the moment. But I'm hoping that once I speak to you, once I've completed it next week, I'm hoping episode 4 and 5 where I go, okay, here we go. But at the moment, and that's not to say it's a bad game, it's just it's not. Whereas like the first 3, I was really, really excited to keep playing. I'm not having that connection to it. But it's still good. I mean, it's Life is Strange. I know what I'm getting at this point. I just want a bit more of the emotional punch, which if that doesn't come, that will lower my score. But it's solid, and the fact that I've been playing them since January, and I'm looking forward to getting back to Max, because then Double Exposure Reunion is back to the world of Life is Strange 1. So I feel like I'm also looking forward more to that at the stage. And James is taking great pleasure, because after that I will then be playing Double Exposure, not Double Exposure,
Lost
Lost
Records.
Records,
Oh,
which
yeah.
he
I might
actually
skip that podcast when you talk about that one.
he actually thinks, because a lot of people have been praising it, he's so curious to see, am I going to agree? Am I going to say like it's really shit, or am I going to be one of those that sees positives in it? He generally is really curious to find out what my thoughts will be to it. I'm going into it not with high expectations, so whether that will help me or hinder me remains to sort of be seen.
You're going to be judged heavily on your thoughts, Steve.
Yeah,
I might just say that it's shit just so I don't get massively judged. And the only other thing that I would also say is that I keep also getting really distracted in the game, because it's got these arcade machines that you can play. So it's got like a B-Tech version of Pac-Man, and like your brother's high score is 60,000, and I've got to like the 20,000 mark, and I'm like, how the fuck do you get that high? And I keep wasting like 20-25 minutes keep playing it, because it's quite addictive. There's no one where it's like, you know, the game where you've got like it's pinball and you've got to hit the blocks, and if the ball drops below the floor, which I can't remember what that game is called, but it's so you've got one in the bar. It's funny, like,
no, he means like, you know, when you have like a block and you have like a moving bar. I think that's what it hits the bar.
Yeah,
so you solves the bar, and then
and then you've got like these space sort of crafts that you then with the ball blows them up, and then you can make your bit at the bottom longer. You can keep it staying at one point. So it's funny because Alex works in a bar, so a lot of like the early episodes you're on shift, so you're like collecting dirty glasses and you're picking a song for the jukebox and doing all those kind of stuff, right? But you can then play like the arcade game. So I spent like 20 minutes of my shift just playing that. I'm thinking it'd have been really cool if like Jed, who owns the bar, comes over to you and like tells you off for doing that, like little kind of bits like that. But yeah, it's one of those at the moment where it hasn't fully got going. But I'm hoping that the next 2 episodes I change my mind. But it's still solid. It's just it's the weakest one I've played at this point.
This is the first one by Deck 9, isn't it?
I'm gonna
Because it was
take
originally
your word
Don't
for that.
Nod, and
Yeah.
I'm googling it. Yeah, this is Deck 9. What is Reunion? Is that still Deck 9, or is that back to?
I think it's gone. I want to say it's gone back, but don't quote me.
Let's have a look at the Steam page. No, it's still Deck 9. Okay,
Oh, okay.
it's interesting that they've obviously got the rights to Life is Strange now. Deck 9.
Who
Yeah.
done Lost Records?
Don't Nod. Which is why you
Yeah,
was all
okay.
telling me to fucking play it, because it's the Life is Strange
Yeah.
1, people. Fuck me, what a joke that was. Okay, well, it's interesting. It was good to get your thoughts when you've beaten it next week, Stephen.
Yeah.
It'll be a Life is Strange heavy week if Andy gets Reunion beat for the review.
Yeah.
Andy, on what you've been playing, I have put sold his PS5.
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Although,
It's gone.
obviously, has been playing Ghost of Yotei Legends with me.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Just Legends.
Are you holding out for? Sorry, Roger. Are you holding out for Pragmata, Andy, at the moment? Because you've not done a campaign for ages, have you?
He's still
Or is it
building
just
up
that
the
you don't
courage
have
to play
anything
Resident
to
Evil.
play?
Yeah. Still
Did 1 hour of
yeah.
that, and then that's it. Terrified. He was like, "No, I can never do that again."
The more that I just kept hearing about that game, I just kept getting put off. I was like, the effort I was trying to put into getting up to play it was like just too much. And yeah. But yeah, Pragmata, obviously Life is Strange Reunion, and then
Yeah.
Pragmata is the one that I'm really looking forward to now. I'm starting to get hyped for that more than
Yeah.
I originally was. But
I'm
looking forward to it.
hyped. I'm just a little bit worried the reviews are going to come out and it's not good, and I'll be like,
yeah.
so the review
Doesn't
the
necessarily
demo.
though mean that
I know.
we will have a bad time with
I
it.
know.
But I get it. It will be like your bubble burst. But if the reviews come out and it's positive, you're like, okay, here we go.
So I feel like all it needs is a good story now, and it's like, okay, they've hit the mark.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm hopeful still. I've got it on my critic draft, so it has to be fucking good. I've been playing a little game called Resident Evil Requiem. I
Again?
am on my second playthrough.
I saw that
you
you
did
had
a
your
speedrun.
stream the other night
I was
said
streaming it,
play
yeah.
Resident Evil Requiem, and I was like, really? Are you doing it again?
So I can't remember what night it was. I was here and I was basically staring at my PlayStation, and I was looking at it thinking, what am I playing? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I've got Pragmata's weeks away, and I need to play something. I looked at God of War Sons of Sparta and I was like, I don't want to play it. I just don't want to play it, and that's not a good sign. I looked at Rematch and I was like, yeah, but I want other people to play with. Like, I'm fine playing on my own, but I'd rather play with people. Ghost of Yotei Legends, I think everyone was busy that night, whatever it was. I was like, what am I going to play? Then I was thinking, do I just not play? And I was like, that's not me. I always play something. Do I play Pokemon Pocopia? And I was like, I don't really want to right now. So I started looking at trophies that I've got and any platinums I could get. And there's some I could go for. Then I thought, what about Resident Evil Requiem? And I looked at what I had to do and I was like, fuck it, I'm going for the fucking platinum. So I've made my start. So second playthrough for Steven's sake and anyone listening who knows where I am. I'm already at the bit where you get to Leon in Raccoon City. So I've done the whole.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You've done the whole first bit of Grace already.
I've done the helicopter crash. I've done the bit under the ground, the scary bit I call it, with the girl. The girl's dead.
With the lights. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, you're about like the.
I'd say halfway, just over
9
halfway.
hours. Yeah. You've got like.
I am, but I'm not. I've done it a
left.
lot quicker. So one, I know where to go and everything to do. So everything's less scary now because I'm anticipating everything. And I'm trying to knock off some trophies that I missed. So I don't know if you did this, Stephen, but you can kill the massive baby-looking fucker.
I did see that
as
you get a
Grace.
trophy for as Grace that
So
you
if
can.
you
I
kill
was
one
like,
as Leon, they're brothers. So I killed that. That was fun.
how many shots did that take? A lot.
I didn't use bullets. I used it's either 3 or 4 of the injections. and
Oh.
it blows up.
Oh yeah, because obviously your playthrough, your stuff has carried over, so
No,
you have
kind
that.
of. I don't have all that stuff. Leon has more stuff than
Okay.
Grace has. Um, but I'm playing on the easy difficulty, which Stephen, I have to call you out. It is so fucking easy. Like it
Yeah,
is
I
so
know.
easy.
I know. It is relentlessly easy.
Um,
I feel like I could have easily breezed through it on regular difficulty.
so one
So
of
I think next
the
time I won't do that.
what the trophies I'm going for currently is in like the full playthrough trophies is to play without healing. Play
Oh
without
wow.
healing, and there's another one. I think that's the main one. I think, but then I'm getting like other ones around it. So I'm not going for the speedrun one yet, and I'm
No.
obviously not going for the hardest difficulty. There's also one to do it without collecting any blood, which might not mean much to you at the minute, Andy, but you obviously, as Grace, you can collect blood. I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. You've got to collect 5,000 liters or whatever it is of blood. Um, and then there's one to craft everything else, Leon, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get all those like miscellaneous ones. So then
Yeah.
after that, all I should have to really do is speed run in under 4 hours and beat it on the hardest difficulty.
Oh wow.
So the benefit of the easy difficulty is you do heal automatically. If you go down to like the lowest health without dying and then kill the enemy and like you're alone, your health will go back
I
up to medium every time.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So in other
I
difficulties, you
panicked though
have to
because
heal yourself.
I think I would have got hit once and then just used health straight away.
If you didn't know it, you're gonna panic and think, the screen's flashing. I
Because
need fucking help."
it's an intense situation to be in.
Yeah.
Because even though the easy difficulty is easy, you still get hit, you still get
Yeah,
hurt.
I've been hit.
But yeah, I didn't realize that that is the case because otherwise. But then that's part of the experience. If I was going to do it again, I'd do it on. Well, if I was going for platinum, it makes sense to do everything on the easiest
All the
difficulty.
trophy, yeah, you might as well get the trophy. Oh, that's what I'm doing,
Yeah,
obviously. Collectibles. That's the biggest thing I'm fucking doing.
yeah.
So
Got about
on my first playthrough, I only
half.
missed like 12 files, if that.
Yeah,
So I missed two in the main beginning bit, and most of them I missed were in Raccoon City, and they were in a big chunk. So I reckon I just didn't go into one of the rooms.
yeah. The in the first bit there was like six, like in the hotel.
Oh, I got all of those.
I picked up the first bit, but there must have been a room that I didn't go into
Mm,
because I had like a batch. But
yeah,
most of them, and like all of the ones that you were shooting the collectibles, I'm well over half of
yeah.
that
I
as
only needed
well.
again. There's 25, I think, of them.
25, I
I
think.
think I've got six to go now, but I've got two more since playing the second playthrough. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, once that's done, it will be speed run time. So it sounds fucking insane because I'm already over 4 hours and I'm just over halfway. The benefit
Yeah.
is in
100%.
the game, you not only do you get trophies, but they're also like in-game challenges, like the exact same as the trophies are. So when I beat the game without healing, I get a lot of points, and those points you can
yeah.
buy to get infinite ammo. So
Okay.
what they recommend in all the guides is get the infinite ammo thing, and then
But I'm
go
ready.
Yeah.
through and speedrun it because you can just go through with the Requiem gun, which is fucking unbelievably powerful. As Grace, just go bang, bang, bang. Let's run through,
I
just
think
basically pick up the puzzle pieces, solve the puzzles, and
I
move on.
I heard that I think the record is like either one shot, one kill, or like two shots, and most of the enemies are dead.
Most it doesn't kill the big baby. I can't remember what his name is. I want to say Butcher, but that's the boys, isn't it? I can't
I
remember
don't
what his
even
name
remember.
is.
Yeah,
But yeah, most it's one hit kill on most things. So that's the plan. I'm fucking loving it again. It's so fun.
it's a great game.
It's fun doing it, knowing what's coming. Still, like I don't know, it's even more fun.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm now getting to Leon bit, which is probably the fun part of the game as well. So,
yeah.
um,
I I also read when you get to the hardest difficulty, having infinite ammo makes that pretty easy.
so
It will be a little bit of a challenge.
the reason for doing that last is I'll have infinite ammo, and you have to get it separately for the RPG. You say I'm gonna be able to unlock the RPG and unlock infinite ammo for the RPG. So I literally
Yeah,
will be running around on the hardest difficulty, fucking shit up. So
yeah.
um, I'm looking forward to it.
We
Hopefully, I'm saying I hope it gets done by Pragmata. That's looking less and less likely because we've been playing quite a bit of Legends. So
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not. But if I can get at least this playthrough done and
most of it.
maybe the speed run, then all I've
Then you
got
just
left
got
is
that last
in
bit.
the highest difficulty. I will know at some point, or this summer, there's looking at not many games coming out. I'll
So
just
all
go
you'll
Yeah,
need
back
to
and
do
get
is
it
just
for
done.
play it.
Yeah.
And you can take your time with that because that'll be your last trophy. And
Yeah.
once you've done that, you've got the platinum. I think we said it on the review that had it not been, if I get like a spare window, although I've got so many other games to play, I want to get the platinum for it as well.
Yeah.
But it's on my list to do much later down the line. But I'm jealous that you're playing it again because I did sit there the other night thinking, it's weird. I've obviously gone from Resident Evil Requiem back to Life is Strange. It's like two very different worlds.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm playing Trick, I was thinking, oh, I want something like really scary to just jump out at me or like to turn my light off. And you don't have obviously the same effect. And
It's funny
yeah,
because
it's
even on a
incredible
second
game.
playthrough, knowing what these enemies are, the girl is fucking scary. Like,
Yeah.
especially in that underground section. I just hate
Yeah.
it. Just hearing her chains. She comes around the corner, she jumps down. I'm like, fuck off. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. It is nerve inducing
Yeah.
terror.
But again, really good game so far. Again, I played a bit of Pokemon Pocopia, and when I was talking to Jack the other night, I said I'm just struggling to get into it. It's just not grabbing me, and it's slowly getting there. I played a bit this morning and the other morning, and it's starting not to make sense. I understood the game, but I'm starting to get into a flow with it, and it's getting there.
it's like one of those games like Animal Crossing and Minecraft. Like you build up your world, don't you? So I feel like to begin with, it is going to be slow
What I would say
until you
is
start building up more. But
it's not as approachable as those games, as in, I think the reason I'm finding it less grabby, because Animal Crossing grabbed me straight away. Maybe that was a mixture of it being the beginning of lockdown. It was good timing. But
yeah,
those games kind of just let you do what you want to do pretty early on. This game so far is very much like, if you really want to progress and get everything you want, you should probably just carry on doing the missions they're giving you. So
yeah,
it's a lot more
okay.
structured at the minute. And I'm sure where Jack is now, I don't know if he's actually finished the story or not yet. But when I spoke to him last, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm just like trying to finish my towns and finish a Pokedex." I'm thinking, I'm nowhere near there yet. I'm like, my town looks like a fucking shithole. I'm just getting things done because they need to be done. But I'm getting there. I don't think it's ever going to grab me like it's grabbed Jack. I don't think I'm ever going to complete it. But at the minute, when I have an hour or something and I want to just chill out and play something, it's filling that hole.
Yeah.
But equally, I've got Pokemon Leaf Green on there calling me, and I'm like, I could just play the normal Pokemon, which is, there's people saying that this is one of the best Pokemon experiences. I'm nowhere near that level. I am much more of like this is a good spin-off. It just hasn't got its claws into me yet. Which
Are you still doing like your EFC like career mode where you've got
no,
like a fair bit of time or
Switch
NBA
has
stuff?
very much gone to Pokemon mode.
Okay.
I haven't played Leaf Green since Pocopia actually, but if I wasn't to play Pocopia, I'd probably play Pokemon Leaf Green at the minute. Yeah, I've kind of completely stopped NBA and FIFA. I'd like to go back at some point, but there's something telling me it's more of one of these things where I should be playing Pocopia. I should be getting into it, not just for Game of the Year conversations, because I know for a fact it ain't getting Game of the Year from me. Like that's just a fact. Like it's not gonna. But I'd like to know at the end of the year, does it make my top 10? Maybe, maybe not. Currently it is, but I've played 3 games or 4.
Yeah.
Requiem, God of War, Sons of Sparta, which is not going to be very high. What do we play, Andy? Reanimal and Pokemon Pocopia. With all the games coming out in the next weeks, Pragmata, Forza Horizon, Saros, Invincible, 007, Fable later in the year, Wolverine, GTA. I have a feeling that Pocopia is going to fall off my list. I have a feeling it's going to be middle of the pack, maybe bottom half of Jack's, if I had to guess.
Even like Director of 80/20.
Director 2020. Me and Andy, when you left last night, Stephen, we were saying Marvel Token in the summer.
Oh yeah.
So there's lots still to come, and lots probably still to be announced. There's a lot of Switch games we probably don't know about. That's what I've been playing. Anything else anyone wants to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, literally, yeah. The only thing I've jumped on is Pokemon Pocket, and that's just to open my
You're still
daily
playing
packs
Pokemon
and
Pocket?
stuff. So yeah, they brought out a new set recently on the 26th of March. So I've just
Have you been
I don't
playing
really play
it?
it so much.
Oh, okay, you've not been playing it like since we. I last jumped on it whenever it was, like back into last year.
I've jumped on it. I jump on it every day to do like
Okay.
the daily objectives and stuffs. And there's like a I can't remember what they're calling it, but once you log in 30 days, you get like a bunch of rewards basically from it. So I've been making sure I log in to try and get that completed as soon as possible. Um, but yeah, the new set's called Mega Shine, so I've just been opening packs to try and get that completed.
Cool. I mean, I go on and off those like Marvel Snap for me. There'll be a time this year, some
Yeah,
point where I'll get massively back into them.
yeah.
Right now,
I
I'm
think
just
it's just
completely off.
because I'm collecting in real life again at the
Yeah.
moment. The actual cards, actually seeing some of the artwork in the game on the cards. Like there's some cards they're put into Pokemon Pocket which exist in real life as well.
Hmm.
So seeing that in the game, I got one in the game the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a real card." I didn't even know they started doing that, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I'll play it again one day. I think that game just needed a slightly better online battling segment.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it needs like there was a Yu-Gi-Oh game that I played, and that had tag team where you could play with two people,
Hmm.
two against two. So if they maybe had that on Pokemon Pocket, could add an extra layer to it, but I don't know how
Yeah,
that would work. But
I believe Marvel Snap perfected the battling system, and Pokemon Pocket mastered the collection system.
yeah,
Those two need to marry each other and kind of work out a way to make it work. Um, no, cool. Stephen, anything else from you?
I mean, the only other thing I've been playing is Fortnite with the new season, but I think it's just interesting with all of the backlash that they're getting at the moment. It is sad that I put on some V-Bucks to buy the Game of Thrones Dragon, even though I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fan. It does look really, really cool. It's probably one of the best gliders I've seen in the game. So I bought that, but just sort of the levels of just how much V-Bucks are, and you're getting so much less. And then like Rocket Racing, which I love that aspect, that game mode's going soon. And it just feels like I can't quite believe that a game that is like one of the biggest games in the world is financially struggling. It blows my mind. I don't understand what on earth is happening with Epic Games at the moment. It's
I
quite ironic.
personally
We
don't
spoke
think they
about
are
it.
that struggling. I think they're trying to justify ways to make slightly more money. The higher ups always
And
want
it
more
is
money, and
ridiculous though, because they're
AI
making
is
so
gonna
much.
fuck this industry massively.
mm.
Yeah, yeah. I think my concern is we've had a really good chat in our Discord. So, like, if you want to join it, because we have like great gaming conversations, and I think our friend James made a really like solid point. I worry for like the future of multiplayer games. If Fortnite are in brackets struggling, like, what does the future of like online gaming look like? Because
I think multiplayer is fine. Like, there's always going to be a new game that comes out that people want to play, and
yeah,
Arc Raiders is
true.
a perfect example of that recently. Like, they came out of nowhere, and everyone jumped
Yeah,
onto it.
Fortnite got too ambitious, which sounds silly, but having paying people to make levels, whatever it is, or whatever you call it, map create, whatever it is, and
yeah.
Yeah,
having
Correct
rocket
mode.
they've got
racing and it
so
having all
much.
these things, it's like
Yeah,
they lost their vision in my mind.
there's too much in it. It's just
Yeah,
so, like I said when we done our episode, you jump on there, and
Yeah.
there's so many different bits to the menu. It's like, where the fuck am I even going now? Um, yeah, just too much to it.
I mean, I know
Overcomplicated.
obviously it's like rich, but even something as small, like on your locker, you get 200 presets. So even like when you used to buy a new like character, you'd have like a locker, like a collection. But I'm now capped at 200. So although I've got loads of these other like skins, but I can't share them anywhere because I'm capped. Now I know that's a smaller thing because I've probably bought too many, but it's kind of like getting to that point now where I'm like, why don't we just strip it back to what made this game incredible? Because obviously I was loving life when they were doing all of these collabs and bringing out all of these horror characters. Sort of it was, suiting my boat. They're doing Blitz, which is the Marvel season, has come back, so that was a lot of fun. Like you've got Doctor Doom's like hands that you can use, which are really powerful. You've got the Captain America shield, and Blitz is a lot of fun because Blitz basically you can jump in. It's a much smaller chaotic version, lots of fun to play, and I quite like the new season. But it's just when you're part of the Fortnite crew and you're devoting a lot of time, I feel like we're just being stiffed a little bit, and to get rid of modes that like I love the rocket racing aspect of it because it's like combining like Rocket League, Fall Guys, and Fortnite, which they all own, and they're just basically binning it off to say that they're struggling, which I agree with you, Welchy. I just don't think they are. So I'm like, even though I'm playing it and still obviously enjoying it, I still have this like bit of a sour taste in my mouth with them, and I'm hoping they just get their act together and get back to what made them incredible.
Unfortunately, it's
But
not
basically,
just
this is
Epic
all your
Games, is it?
fault, really, because you own Epic Games. So
Do you know what? There is an ongoing joke that once I stop spending money, that like
They're
1,000
fucked. They're
people
really
are then
fucked. Yeah.
are laid off. So I do feel kind of partly responsible for that. But equally, if I'm going to devote that amount of time, I want to be respected, and I don't quite feel respected. But having said that, am I playing loads of hours of Fortnite still? You betcha. So it's a really interesting one, and because really like even something like EAFC, I'm mainly just playing career mode, like because Ultimate Team's so boring now. I play maybe one game like every couple of weeks. So really, if I'm not doing a campaign, I've got EAFC on the back burner as my career mode, and then Fortnite and a bit of rematch.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation. You could probably do a whole podcast on it with the whole, like Andy said, multiplayer be fine. I think multiplayer will need to change. I think we had the Battle Pass era, we've had this era of collabs and stuff like that. I think we're starting to see that is dying. Call of Duty is, for
It's
the
on the
first year
floor.
ever, looks like it actually could die. You know what I mean? It's that bad.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
And Arc Raiders come in without, well, it probably has a Battle Pass, but a bit more bare bones and is dominating.
yeah, yeah,
And our rematch obviously didn't do well, but we all loved it. I think GTA 5 or 6, I should say, could be the decider in this.
yeah.
If they
Because
could keep it going, they could keep
yeah,
multiplayer going like this kind of thing. But it sounds like they're going to bring in this role playing thing, which everyone loves.
yeah. A lot they
yeah,
do.
Are we
People
going to
do a
go
lot of
that
mods, don't
way?
they?
Yeah, are we going to start?
I would actually love that.
Is it
yeah.
going to
I'd
start
I'd
prefer
becoming
love
a
they
bit
that.
did.
more, even more Twitch friendly? Do you know what I mean? And less about the battle passes and collabs. It's more about
Well,
making
I
content and
was
stuff.
I was stunned in the respect of how popular GTA 5,
Still
maybe
is.
because, like, for me, I've kind of been there and done that. Like, I played so many hours of GTA Online. I did all of the heists. I got an incredible house and car. Like, so when I look back at that, there's nothing there apart from going back and just looking at the PS5 graphics and going, "This is incredible." That's done. So maybe GTA 6 will be that next step. But I think you've probably hit the nail on the head. Are we just getting to a point now where we're itching for something new? But if someone sat you down and said, right, you can choose a dream multiplayer game, what do we go back to? What was great in Call of Duty, like the run and gun? We've got the battle royale aspect. It's a
I
very
Yeah, it's
interesting
everyone's gonna have
time.
their own thing. I think we've had different eras. Like I call it the 360 PS3 era, where every game had a multiplayer tacked onto it. Half of them
Yeah,
were
Yeah,
shit, but you was buying a game knowing it's got a campaign. Oh, let's try out the multiplayer as well, and you'd always try it out. And some of them would hit. Like Uncharted 2 didn't have to be as good as it was. Like they made a good multiplayer game, and obviously then continued it on 3 and 4.
yeah,
That's more what I would sit. I would like to go back to those kind of days where a simple Uncharted multiplayer game and like the Gears of War multiplayer, when Call of Duty was simple, and the Last of Us multiplayer. These are all unique experiences.
yeah,
They're all different in their own ways. Rather than these games that have to be multiplayer only, massive things like Apex Legends, which seems to be dying as well, Fortnite.
yeah,
These, and I know you all love these battle royale stuff, but I don't know. I feel, and maybe this Epic Game stuff is a sign of it. We're now starting to lose that again, and we now
yeah,
need something new. I'm not saying going back to that might not be right. GTA 6 might have something new, and we're all like, this is the way. Problem is,
yeah,
games take so long to develop that no one's going to be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
copy them for another 3 to 4 years.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Okay. I think the other issue with multiplayer games is, and I'm going to use Battle Royale as an example on Call of Duty, is that they try to adapt too much and keep updating and changing and making new
stick
things
to what you're
for it.
good at.
And eventually you start to lose the everything that you love about that part of the game.
Yeah.
They've changed or switched up, and it's like, well, I'm not enjoying
yeah.
this as much as I used to because you keep changing and nerfing the weapons that you love and stuff. But
I think for myself, being a massive campaign game, that is my bread and butter.
Me
That's
too.
what I spend majority of my time playing. I always like having a multiplayer game, and like I said, I don't want it to come across because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I still spend loads and loads of hours, time, and money on Fortnite. I'm not breaking it down, but when you see what's going on, and I do sit there and think, if you're not into campaigns, what game out there at the moment is keeping you on? Like, I've got another group of friends who don't play any form of campaigns. They've never have, and they think COD's shit now. They think EFC is like terrible. They only play really either Rainbow Six Siege, which there was a time that I really enjoyed Rainbow Six Siege, but again, you've got to have in my mind, a full group to play to get the best experience out of
That's
that.
probably the
You
one
can,
multiplayer only game that I can think of that's kind of just stuck to what they do
it does,
Yeah.
yeah,
and made it
and
work, and
You've
it's
got
still
PC
going.
games as well, like Counter-Strike,
Oh,
pretty like one of
fair
the best
play,
PC
fair
games
play.
ever.
yeah.
Counter Strike is a great
But
example. Yeah.
if you're on console and you don't play campaigns, and obviously they still play GTA Online, but that's really it at the moment.
I
So
think
I
you're
do
just
think
saying, I don't think you're not in the multiplayer game though, so you're not actually thinking about all the multiplayer games that exist. So like
true, but
the like Arc Raiders Marathon's about to come out, which
It's already
surprisingly
out.
got a really good, always
yeah,
out now. But
That says a
there
lot.
is a lot of there's a lot of multiplayer games out there. You just don't play multiplayer games to know them,
so yeah,
basically.
no, that's. I'm just thinking of like one that is apart from like Outrageous, one that is on the same levels of like how big Fortnite's been in the past and COD and it's like that elite one that everyone thinks of. Would you say
But
Outrageous is that one at the
you like
moment? Then
Fortnite, so that's why you're leaning more
yeah,
towards
yeah.
just all
So
about Fortnite.
I think Andy
Arc
hit the
Raiders
yeah,
nail on
pretty
the
got
head. The answer
more
is
people.
Counter Strike.
yeah,
Counter
yeah,
Yeah,
Strike and League of Legends and those games which have been around forever and will continue to be around forever. I think it's hard to do that, but what those games have done is they've kept at what they do.
get to the basics. Yeah. If I jumped on
Fortnite,
Counter Strike now, I haven't played that in years.
yeah,
If I jumped on it, I'd be able to pick up in seconds because
exactly.
I know exactly
yeah.
how it works from when I played it
Yeah.
10 years ago. Whatever.
And same
No,
with
no, fair point.
League of Legends, as far as I'm aware. It's the same as always. They might add
Yeah,
a new map
Mm.
every now and then or a character.
yeah,
And instead of what they've done, League of Legends, they have gone and made new games, but they're completely separate to League of Legends. So they've got the
Mm.
yeah.
2KXO, which is the same characters and stuff, but in a fighting
Mm.
game. But you don't have to play that. They've still got League of Legends on its own,
Yeah,
which Fortnite could have gone down that route. They could have made a new Rocket League or Rocket Racing. I don't think it would have done very well, don't
it,
get me wrong. But I just
mm.
think
I
back in the day, multiplayer games weren't meant to be forever. You had your Gears of War
no,
1,
It was
and
a
then
year,
Gears of War 2
like
would
a
come out,
yearly switch up.
or Call of Duty
Yeah,
every year.
yeah,
And I think having a game which comes out and stays forever, like Fortnite, I thought Fortnite would do it, and I still think they will.
yeah.
But
I
like
think they're
Counter
just going
Strike,
through a
it's
really
difficult. It's so fucking
yeah,
difficult, and you
yeah.
have to really just get that
Plus,
perfect and
people,
keep at it.
yeah, and all the people playing Fortnite, they always want something new. Like, there's you have obviously different seasons throughout the year and all the different collabs and stuff. But the amount of how quickly they're chucking out all those different collabs and all those different seasons, it's such a quick turnaround, I'd say, in terms of all that. They're having to constantly think of fresh ideas to keep their players on the game.
We
Whereas I don't think they should
we
be
could do a
doing it
whole
that
episode on
quickly.
this because we are running out of time. But that's a good point about the whole content thing because this was never an issue back in the day. Like
No, but
Halo
it's the same
3
no,
is
with
the
Call of
example I
Duty.
think of. Yeah, but Halo
Yeah,
3 was one of the biggest multiplayer games back in the day. Like it was on
yeah,
Xbox 360. And they released a load of maps at launch. They might have had like
yeah,
one DLC pack. I can't remember. I don't remember it being a DLC pack. But no one ever complained. This was Halo 3 multiplayer. You
I
played
think
those maps, you played those modes, and that was it. Now
I think
Halo Infinite launched, and week 2, everyone was like, "Oh, so when we're getting more?" And
exactly.
it's like, "Come on,
mm,
Yeah,
fuck on. We can just enjoy what we've got."
yeah,
And then
yeah,
everyone just started hating on it, and it's like, why are we hating on a game for not bringing new content after they've just spent 5 years making this one? Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I, I, I don't know what game started this trend. Maybe it was Fortnite,
I
where you want content every week. But I just feel like sometimes as a community, we need to just sit back and just enjoy what we've got
yeah,
rather than think, where's the
I
next fucking thing?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah. I agree.
I think I'm really, and I know we are running out of time, so
Mm.
I will make this short. I think though that I'm probably in a really good place to speak about this because obviously when I started playing Fortnite, I wasn't in the I mean, that content wasn't there for one, but you could like do battle passes, and there was stuff obviously always on the item shop. But for about 2 years when I was playing Fortnite, it was just the simple basic battle royale. You know, you're seeing how long you can survive, and then you get your first win. It's only really been in, I would say, in the last 4 years that it's grown. But I also think Fortnite's recognised how big pop culture is at the moment. So that's why they're continually pushing with all the collabs. You know, there's been so many, and like something like when they collab with The Simpsons, for example, that was incredible because there was so much there. It was so much fun. It brought you onto it every single day. But if you're not a fan of that, then you're gonna. That's what I think. Also, where Fortnite's struggling. If you're not into Simpsons or if you're not into Marvel, and I know a lot of people are, but there are people out there that are not. So they need to work out, do they go back to their roots or do they carry on with the whole pop culture route that they're going down in terms of all of the collab? Because there's not been a real big collab in ages. We had all of that stuff towards the back end of last year.
Isn't there?
And then it has
wasn't there like
really died
reports that
down.
they've signed something with Disney though?
They have. So we're getting all of the Toy Story stuff coming, but that's later down the line. And again, I'm kind of criticizing it, but you put that in front of me, will I put V-Bucks on and buy it? No, I will. So it's a weird situation.
Surely Disney are not going to let you play with Woody with a gun.
No, so like for example, you can have well, like Itchy and was in Fortnite, but you have Psychics.
As in Simpsons.
Yeah.
Simpsons won't give a shit.
But you're not.
Like that's
no,
different.
but what I mean is that you have Psychics, so you have little like sort of you have like Towie from South Park and you have like SpongeBob. You're not obviously shooting with SpongeBob, but they're like your little sidekick that follows around and you get XP. So they could do a way where like Woody and Buzz are your sidekick. Or you have them as Black Bling.
But you don't know if they're actually doing that though.
Fortnite's gone way
too
far.
I'm speculating.
I'm just back to its roots.
And it might be that if they carry on with the problems, that they might do that. Because I do agree with you, Andy. I feel like for people of the original, there's nothing there to bring anyone back.
They've obviously got the OG mode and stuff, which is what is
I quite like
when I played. But it's too late. Like I'm already bored. You've already lost me. Like,
yeah, it's an interest. We could do a whole fucking podcast on this because, as we say, we could talk about the old multiplayer, where it's going, current.
It's an interesting time for gaming, and I say that on the base of all of the great stuff we've got to come. But I think right now where we are, it's interesting.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think multiplayer is problem though. Like, go look at the numbers on Twitch. Most of the games are multiplayer games. Like,
I'd agree with you, but there's also your look at Concord last year. We've got to fucking wrap up, but multiplayer games are launching and failing instantly. We had the one recently. Highguard, was it? Highguard come out recently and it's gone already.
Yeah. I feel like too many games are trying to copycat. Like, they see one game, it does well, and all of a sudden we've got 5 copycats. And it's like, just because one company does it well doesn't mean you're going to do the same and steal all their players. Like,
ultimately, because we had Helldivers 2 years ago, which was a humongous success. I know it's not PvP, but these games can come and do well and be here. Helldivers 2 is still going today. Like, we've had recent examples where, like Arc Raiders, where you can do it when you do it properly.
But they've done something different to what was already on the market. Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting debate. I was not seeing that coming at the end of this episode. But yeah, let us know what you think about everything we spoke about today. Obviously, Ghost of Yotei Legends. What do you think of that? What did we do? The play it, kill it, patch it. Let us know what you think about what you would have done on those. And I'm now also really interested what you think about the current state of multiplayer. Man, if we had more, maybe we should go back to 2 episodes a week, guys. We could
a whole episode talking about it.
But no, maybe it's something we'll talk about another day. But until then, if you did enjoy the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, next time we will be reviewing, or Andy will be reviewing Life is Strange Reunion. So be excited for that one, the final one in the series. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I have been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure.
And Stephen.
Yeah, been a pleasure. Really, really good episode, and looking forward to. I won't be there for the Life is Strange reunion, but my review of Life is Strange: True Colors next week.
Thank you all for listening, and keep on gaming.